NA is very like Pepega, where people just rush, but at least they kind of do something together in a way where some games in EU, especially in ranked, can be quite rough, especially like you can get a Russian on your team and then they're not able to communicate at all. And that's just shit. I don't know why that exists. So that's shit, but I noticed there's a lot more people play a lot more selfishly in EU. Like I've noticed like a lot more handful of people where like people in NA just kind of turn off their brain and try to play for highlight clips no matter what. So those are like the two differences for me. But for the most part, I've had a pretty good experience in EU. It's just like the few handful games that were like really bad were really bad when I played ranked, and that was just mostly because like, oh, you get a Russian that can't calm, or you get two Russians that can't calm, or there's like one person that's like really toxic. I noticed people are more toxic in EU than in A, especially like at Immortal level, in my opinion. How are the PCs in Iceland? I'm not gonna straight up just say they're shit, but they could be better. And I think one of the reasons why it was hosted here in Iceland, I think Iceland might be one of the safer options in terms of like COVID and like the least amount of cases, and they're really like they have a lot of safety precautions for entering Iceland. But doing it at the same time as like League, they're able to kind of kill two birds with one stone, if you know what I mean, where you can host your League tournament, and then after MSI is over, you can kind of use the leftovers to host your Valorant tournament. And it just is a more simpler way of hosting a tournament, I would say. Well, because all the PCs are there, all the chairs are there, everything's all set up, you have the stage, you have the venue, like you have the hotel, so it's all set up. And it would just be us taking over like the League stuff. That's why our PCs, all of the PCs have both Valorant and League installed. So we're like, honestly, I could have a PC that was like, my PC could have been like some player from MSI's, I don't know. But yeah, God damn it, how do I Pringles? Okay, that doesn't work. I'll use a spoon to keep it up. There we go. No, so yeah, the FPS, it could be better. So the main reason why I said the PCs were shit is because the current meta with Viper, and if you know, Viper already destroys people's FPS. I appreciate all the subs there. Do you think we'll win Crew or Fnatic? So really, I honestly have no fucking clue, because I don't know anything about Crew, but I watched some Fnatic games, and they look like good, and I don't know, that like they look like one of the better teams that are here, so I don't want to just like say Fnatic will win straight up because I don't know what Crew has to offer, and I think every team here has like, or a lot of the teams are really good, or kind of it's hard to say because you don't really know how different regions will play against each other and what styles will work out the best. Like this tournament will definitely define the overall like meta and stuff. It'll definitely define the overall like meta in terms of like international play and like what people will see as the best play. And really, this tournament, whoever wins will get kind of like the title or bring the kind of like dominating region title to, like, for instance, if NA wins, it'll be like, whoa, like NA is the best Valorant region at the moment. Or if Brazil wins, then like I'm trying to say that it'll define like, or it'll set the narrative for what people see is like top tier Valorant. Sorry, I'm gonna like, dude, who will you play in the match? So I'm pretty sure we play the winner of Crew versus Fnatic, so that game. And when's first game? We play on the 25th. The earliest matches will be like Crew versus Fnatic, version 1 versus another team, and then there will be another set of matches. And so Liquid and us won't be playing on the 24th. We'll be playing on the 25th, I believe. Have you seen the main stage yet? Yes, I have. It's actually pretty sick. Like, dude, it's actually kind of crazy. Maybe I can explain. Will I get in trouble if I explain it? I'll try to explain it as much as I can. So the venue is basically just like this big open warehouse, like really, really big. And in the middle of the stage, there's like a big Masters logo. And then on both sides, there's like 2 LED Master logos. There's LEDs everywhere. There's like fucking fog machines and like the light lasers and stuff. I don't know what to say. The desks are really, really big. So each person has like a full desk to themselves. How's the thumb? It is good now. So how it happened? Here, let me try. How are the EU teams there? They're pretty good. I don't know. Like we've scrimmed. Like, who have we not scrimmed? We've scrimmed like most of the teams, and like I feel like we're pretty confident going into the tournament because like nothing was too extreme. When we first got here and we were scrimming, like none of the teams here, but like what's it called? When we were scrimming with like the 60 ping and stuff to the other teams that aren't at this tournament, so we're playing on the live patch. It was a little bit rough at first. Like I feel like the style was really different. And I don't know, like, the way to explain it, I feel like EU people, they definitely use their brain a lot more. And they're a lot more patient, for sure. So something that we had to get used to were people actually just, like, full on holding and, like, recommitting and stuff. So, like, if they do something and then they just want to wait, like, they'll just hold for, like, 30 seconds. So that's something that's very common in EU that I noticed, especially, like, in ranked. But in ranked, it's kind of like a different case where people hold because they don't know what to do in a way. Like, okay, so NA is very like Pepega, where people just rush, but at least they kind of do something together in a way where some games in EU, especially in ranked, can be quite rough, especially like you can get a Russian on your team and then they're not able to communicate at all. And that's just shit. I don't know why that exists. So that's shit, but I noticed there's a lot more people play a lot more selfishly in EU. Like I've noticed, like a lot more handful of people where like people in NA just kind of turn off their brain and try to play for highlight clips no matter what. So those are like the two differences for me. But for the most part, I've had a pretty good experience in EU. It's just like the few handful games that were like really bad were really bad when I played ranked, and that was just mostly because like, oh, you get a Russian that can't calm, or you get 2 Russians that can't calm, or there's like one person that's like really toxic. I noticed people are more toxic in EU than in NA, especially like at Immortal level, in my opinion. Thank you for the subs, everyone. Who do you think is going to be the hardest competition at the event? Honestly, I have no clue, because like it's so weird how each and every single team from each region plays so differently. Like even like when we're playing against like New Turn, they have their own style. We play against like Liquid, they have their own style. And then you play against like Fnatic, or actually no, we haven't played against Fnatic. We played against Liquid, we played against New Turn, we played against Vikings. Vikings were pretty good. And then we played against Sharks. We played against X10. So I'd say we played like a few different teams, and each of them have their own twist and like own style that they're running. Something I noticed though, when we were scrimming the what's it called? No, there was a team that didn't run Astra, and I forget who it was, but I feel like that can kind of like hinder them in this tournament. I completely forgot who it was. But I think Astra is probably the most oppressive agent in the game right now, and you kind of have to run Astra. Yeah, it was on like a really good Astra map too, but I completely forgot since I left. How did you guys do against Liquid and scrims? It was like mixed. Like we had some rough moments, but then also we had some good moments. What's the sense currently? 0.485 at 800 DPI. League would tell you. I know it would. How many mice will you bring tomorrow for the first day? Dude, I'm only allowed to bring 1 mouse. Sadly, I'm only allowed to bring 1 mouse to the venue. Or I can bring a backup mouse, but I'm not allowed to switch in between maps or switch in between games. So I have to use what I submit. And And the only way I can swap my mouse is if my mouse like breaks or something like that. So I joked to my manager. I was like, okay, so if I want to swap from my XM1 to my G Pro mid match, I have to break my XM1. And he's like, yep. I'm like, okay. Do you think teams are ready to play Breeze? No. No, definitely not. I am so glad that Breeze isn't available at this tournament because it would be a complete shit show. And I assure you that having Breeze in the map pool so early on would decrease the overall quality of games, and teams wouldn't know how to play it at all, since they're like, think of how many games of like, what's the newest map that came out? Icebox. Think about how many games people have had on Icebox, and now we're finally trying to like understand the game, and those are like through matches and practice, where if Breeze was introduced into the map pool at this event like it was originally planned, you would only have like the small amount of scrims to go off that map, and that map plays really weirdly. I've tried it. I've been able to play a little bit here. I kind of don't like it at the moment, but that's just because I'm bad at it. And yeah, it has a really different style, I'd say. It's a lot more slower paced, for sure. Hardest team you faced? Actually, when we first scrimmed New Turn, they were actually, I think it was New Turn. Dude, man, fuck, who? I think it was New Turn. I think it was New Turn. Yeah, it was the Korean team, and they were shitting on us for a little bit. And I actually think that because definitely like from the Asian region, you were playing on LAN a lot, that will definitely benefit people coming to this event, because LAN has such a more like, this game feels insane on LAN, but when you're holding an angle, it's a complete opposite of online. So if you're playing online, and let's say I'm playing with 60 ping and I swing someone, it's a lot easier for me to kill someone. Whereas if I'm playing 5 ping versus 5 ping, swinging, you have to kind of like pre-fire in a way, because the person holding the angle has such a big advantage, especially in this game. And I know it was like that in CS, where when you're playing LAN, the registry was so good and holding angles was so advantageous. But in this game, the time to kill is so like even lower. So holding angles is actually like terrifying in this game. Like if you're going to like peek someone, you'll probably die most of the time. So it'll definitely be like a holding angles battle. Will you be using the Phantom or Vandal more? I'm not too sure yet. I'm gonna feel it out through the event and see what I like most. Which player at the tourney has the best raw aim? Dude, the guy on Vikings owns really hard. Man, sorry, I'm really bad with aliases, especially since I'm learning all these like new teams and new players. It's their Silva player. That guy has some pretty good aim. Have you played any Korean Jets yet? Wait, I don't even remember. I don't even think the Korean team ran Jet. Or no, did he? Maybe he just didn't run on the map we played. No, I think they did run him, but there's nothing too crazy. Like it was like kind of the normal stuff. I mean, we haven't seen any like crazy like Jet playing like Genji from Overwatch, just doing some insane shit. Like we haven't seen any of that yet. It's kind of just, it's like really standard, I'd say. Of all the teams, who are the most challenging? That we scrimmed against, I think New Turn was. They were pretty good. Or Kaide can wear it. Ha ha ha. Yeah, pretty comfy. I like it. And then we also have the face mask. I'll show you the face mask. Oh shit, was this resealable top? Uh-oh. Not anymore. Oh, it's one of these like adjustable strap ones. How do you do this? Oh wait, I like this. How do you adjust this after? Oh, like that. You stole Kaido's hoodie. Okay. Like this. What is the best Valorant melee? I enjoy the Ruin Dagger the most. Are you gonna win in Iceland? I mean, I hope that's the plan. I mean, I doubt I would come here just to lose. Which EU team was better, Fnatic or Liquid? We've only played Liquid, so I can't say.
I don't know where that fucking came from, but I will say teams are way better in NA or in EU. EU teams way better. The way they practice, the way they play, the way that they actually commit to the roster, everything about the EU region in terms of team play is a lot better. NA is kind of lackluster when it comes to teams. So it's really nice to see EU. All the teams are constantly like trying to be the best, and they're all like keeping the same roster. They're all like being really competitive. So I appreciated that about EU, and especially when you're playing against EU teams in scrims, it feels like you just have productive practice. What is considered like a tier 2 EU team probably could easily be like a tier 1 NA team, like easily. He's pretty unreal with the op. We scrimmed Liquid. Obviously, Scream is insane. And then we scrimmed Vikings and the... I don't know if I'm saying it right. Seisi? Or is it Seisi or Seiki? The Sova player for Vikings. He's really good as well. But I'd say those top 3 players that I've scrimmed against. Your favorite color? My favorite color is red.